Hey guys, today we're going to go over the best recording settings for on Open Broadcaster Studio for your Mac 2026. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing what you want to do is you want to open Open Broadcaster Studio. And for anyone who doesn't have it, it's very simple, right? You just go to OBS project.com. You can download it for Windows, Mac or Linux. Most of you probably be Windows or Mac. And what is it? It's free and open source software for video recording and live streaming. It's really incredible that this is honestly for free. You should definitely take advantage of it. But back to the lecture at hand. So we have settings. Down here, down the bottom right, you go into settings. So I wouldn't even bother. You can breeze over the first three if you want. We specifically going at the recording settings today. So we want to go straight to output. Now on the output mode, you have advanced or simple. Simple is kind of, it does it for you, but we want to go to advanced because we want to take full control. That's what we want to do, okay? And that's what we will do. So go to recording tab. Now you have standard or custom output FFmpeg. Just want to click standard. Recording path, pretty straightforward here. You just browse the path where you would like to save your videos. For me, this is my path here. I saved them with my school videos. So recording format, there is multiple different ones here. The most common ones, as you probably know, are MP4 and MOV. But today, we're going to pick this one here, .mkv. And the reason that we picked this one, it's like, think of it as a safety mechanism. So often OBS crashes, and when it crashes, if you're doing MP4 or MOV, you lose all your recording, okay? And who wants that? So, but with MKV, you save it, okay? So that's a real strong advantage, okay? So you want to click MKV. Now, before I go through the rest of here, if you want to go to advanced, okay? And click this, automatically remux to MP4. So you can do it manually, but here is just easier because you want to be doing the MP4 afterwards to wherever you're putting this, right? Not .mkv. So when you click this, it automatically converts it so that when you go into your folder afterwards, you have both. You have the .mkv and the MP4, okay? So that's really cool. You should definitely check that there. For the video encoder, definitely this hardware, H.264 hardware encoder. This, keeps your CPU cool and it allows more free space on your CPU to work with other stuff as well. Okay, to let your computer, deal with other shit that's going on as well at the same time. So you definitely want to click that. Yeah, audio encoder for Mac, Core Audio AAC. That is the one to do. For audio track, you can just leave this at 1 for most cases. Rescale output, we're not interested in that right now. So down to the encoder settings for rate control, CBR is the one to click there. Now bitrate, there's this common, thing going around that you can't have more than 15,000 kbps, and that's simply not true, okay? You can go up to 120 or 30,000 on this from what I have researched anyway. But 50,000 is green light there, you can put that in. Keyframe, 2 seconds, keeps it nice and smooth. Profile high, just to keep a high quality output there. Yeah, so that's your settings for the recording. You want to go next tab, audio bitrate. Just turn every one of these to 256. Every single one of them. So if you have different tracks, I just turn them all to 256. Every single one of them, okay? So that's that. That's the recording and the audio. Now we want to go to the actual audio here itself. So sample rate, 48 kilohertz. Make sure that it's on this, okay? This is vital. And I spent hours fiddling around with this. So I had it on 48 and I don't know what was going on, but it sounded so shitty. It sounded like there was like a blurry echo for all the world. And I couldn't figure the fucking thing out, but I finally found what was wrong. and I'll show you here. It's so if you have Mac, right, there is this software on your Mac program, and it's called MIDI. I'll get the actual correct name of it, so you can search it here. Oh yeah, it's called Audio MIDI Setup. Okay, so you want to make sure that it matches. So I'm clicking my audio fuse here because I have audio fuse, right? But whatever microphone or audio input you're using, make sure it matches the 48 kilohertz and 48,000 hertz here. So output, input, just make sure that it matches. Took me a long time to figure this out. I looked through multiple videos on YouTube. I couldn't find it. I eventually figured it out through Gemini or OpenAI or one of the models. But make sure that you have a matching. It's not going to come out right otherwise. Okay. So yeah, so that's that. Audio desktop. It really depends if you want to pick up the noises when you click on a program or you click and makes a bell or whatever. I just have them off. I just find it easier, honestly, but it's totally up to your own discretion. But yeah, so that's for the desktop audio and desktop audio 2. There's no really need to bother with the rest of these settings. You can just leave them as default here. Video, canvas, and output. I just leave this to 1920 by 1080. I've seen some people drive it up, and there's nothing wrong with that. The 3840 with a 2160, but it's all when you upload to YouTube, compress down. You could have that higher quality, but it's always compressed down. And most of the videos on there, they're really good at 1920 by 1080 anyway. Okay, so I would just leave that on the base and the output. If you want to change it, if you have the base different than the output, you can use this downscale filter, but in our situation, we don't need it. So the frames per second, okay, so if you have the space in your computer, I just recommend leaving it at 60. There's no harm, leaving it at 30. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But if you have the 60, it depends on what you're recording. If it's gaming and stuff like very fast moving stuff, the 60 frames is definitely required. I just leave it on there anyway, just for that extra smoothness when editing and whatever else have you. So that's up to your own discretion. And yeah, so they are the main settings really. Hotkeys here, there's 2 that I use all the time, is to switch between scenes. So you have your shift 1 and your shift 2. I use it to switch between my camera and my YouTube, switching back and forward. They're handy. But in most cases, that's basically the settings, guys. And you can't really go wrong with them settings, honestly. And yeah, I hope you got some value out of that, and we'll catch you again on the next time.